Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video, and we have entered December, so it is the mad dash to get Avery's baby album done. I think I only have like 4 or 5 layouts to get done, so it'll definitely be done by Christmas, but they're definitely the ones I want to knock out first so I can make sure it's done in time. So I have 2 pages that are going to be these little sweet spring photos that were done at Avery and Bennett's daycare, and I decided I was going to go with Heidi Swap's Honey and Spice collection because I thought there was a lot of stuff in there that kind of leaned towards that vintagey vibe because the picture has a lot of rustic garden elements. And I also thought there were a lot of nice spring colors. So you can see I'm starting out by getting my background together. I wanted to use one of the gray patterns as a frame and then bring in a pink as the main background color. So I'm just piecing that together really quick on this scrap piece of black. But I like the gray frame, and you see I gutted a section of that so I can also map the photo in that as well. So that's how I'm starting. And then you can see I'm going to bring in a pink piece that has a lot of texture on it as well. I think leans into that same kind of feel. I was thinking about some of my favorite pages throughout this past year, and one of my favorite ones was one where I did this folded over corner. So I wanted to incorporate that into this layout as well. So I'm just trying to piece together what I want to do, like use for that. So it's just taking me a moment. I knew I wanted this pink, and then I really like the way the aqua in this collection popped with the pink. There's some blue in Avery and Bennett's shirts, so I like pulling in that aqua. So I went ahead and matted the photo in the same paper as the frame. I went ahead and did this folded over corner element with one of the aqua cut apart pieces, and now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to design the rest of it. I really just want to do some fun layers. I have a die cut from Lisa that she sent me for Avery's baby album that says Big Brother. So I thought this was the perfect page to get it on because Bennett and Avery are together. So I know I want to pull that in at some point. You saw me just go through the cut aparts here and kind of pull out some other aqua elements. I want to create a visual triangle with the aqua, so I already have it up in the corner. I'm fussy cutting this little Friends Forever piece that I think is really sweet to be one of the other aqua elements, and I'm thinking it's going to go in the upper left hand corner of the photo. And then to create that visual triangle, I'm going to take the little light bulb scrap of paper and do a fishtail banner in the lower right hand corner. That way you get that pop of aqua in 3 separate places. I'm trying to focus on this one corner here with the layers so I can figure out how the Friends Forever is going to sit. So I just have a couple scraps I'm going to layer up that are kind of more neutral. Here's a scrap of some ledger paper. And I think I will take a scrap of the background, the same frame. The gray paper, that's my frame. I'm trying to articulate what paper I'm talking about and create a tag with that so that pattern can also be in the cluster as well. But you can see this ledger paper isn't long enough to go behind the layer I already have, so I'm gonna have a gap. I already wanted to incorporate this light bulb paper because of the color, so I'm just going to stretch that on either side of the photo just so it covers up the gap of that ledger and it looks like a longer banner than it actually is. So it kind of did a couple things there, but I definitely want more of it peeking out on the right here so that it kind of gives you that pop of aqua I want for the visual triangle. So that's going there, which I really like. I just put it on my grid mat to make sure those pieces are lined up so it hopefully looks like one long piece. But I like how the layers are coming along. I just want an extra little layer, so there's another cut apart here that's kind of tone on tone pink with a floral element. So I just trimmed that into 2 pieces as well to stack on either side just for an extra layer. And then I think my paper layers are pretty much done. I just need to beef out my clusters. I didn't really want to create a cluster in that folded over corner section. So the 2 clusters I kind of want to build from is the Friends Forever and then the little fishtail banner. And then I'm thinking these die cuts will be right here. I like how it kind of connects the photo section up to that corner. And it's just nice and white and clean. So I think it's a perfect kind of addition that will serve as my title. So I'm just going to get that glued down with my Tombow Mono Multi I know all of these layers are going to go where I had them, so I'm also going to commit and glue all of those down. And then I just have to go through the process of building my clusters. I always struggle on the months that I don't have a kit to use because I really struggle with finding embellishment to go with my paper pads. So that's part of why I love that I get to use this die cut. But it does take me a while to kind of figure out what I want to do, because I want to make sure my embellishment doesn't clash and that it goes with this style. So I really kind of lean on the cut aparts for this. Like here, I'm making that tag using a scrap of the paper I've already incorporated, so I know it goes. I'm just going to use a white hole reinforcer and some white thread to thread through that tag. But that's going to layer up behind that little Friends Forever piece, which I think is nice. It kind of helps fill up that space in the upper left-hand corner because it's just too empty right now. So I like how that looks. And then I also have a sticker book. This might be, I think this is from this collection. Christina sent me this sticker book with a different Heidi Swap collection for a How to Kill a Kit with Style. So I'm definitely trying to pull some pieces from that. And there was a little floral black and white piece in there that I wanted to layer up with the fishtail banner. But there were also some aqua photo corners that I thought would be really cool to pull in. So I have the corner piece that is the aqua cut apart, and then the other 3 corners I did an aqua photo corner. So I really like how that also pulls the aqua around the page. I'm looking here for any other stickers. I really wanted to use one of those colorful definition stickers, but the definitions that were on the colors I wanted to use didn't really go with the story. But I think I ended up going with that floral sticker, which I was happy about. I'm glad I got to use some of those photo corners. And I decided, I kind of was struggling finding ephemera, so I decided to go back to this camera sheet that I use a lot for ephemera and fussy cut a couple of these cameras to be the focal point of both of those clusters. That way I just know it goes with the collection. And these are spring photos for daycare, and I just think the camera is appropriate. So I fussy cut one thinking I'm just going to use one, and then I decided to put that down by the banner and get a second camera for up there by the Friends Forever. So both of the cameras I'm going to pop up on some foam. That's really the only thing that has dimension at this point. Everything is just flat paper layers. I do like how that folded over corner has some dimension too. But I also want to think of one other thing that can kind of bring in some interesting dimension. So once I finally figure out where I want this camera to go, I think I end up shifting that little Friends Forever circle down a little bit, and then it kind of creates the spot I want for that. I think I have to fussy cut the next camera, but I will get 2 cameras, one in each cluster. I think that looks really cute. Ideally, I would have beefed out these clusters even more, but again, I was having issues finding ephemera for these different spots, and I could have done something like a doily or glassine bag. Those are usually my go-tos, but I just, for whatever reason, didn't feel like it on this one. So I'm sticking with these cameras. I'm getting the foam on there, and then I decide to pretty much get some white Nuvo drops for my final touch. So my cameras are almost stuck down here. I don't know why I fiddle with them so much. It probably would have been fine with the first position that I had, but for whatever reason, I wanted to move that aqua circle down a little. So I like that placement. And here are the white Nuvo drops. So pretty simple page, but I really like how it turned out. And I'm going forward with the companion page that you'll see next. I'm going to try and use scraps from this layout and do the same kind of color scheme. So here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.